Hey, it finally worked. All right, sorry about the being a little bit late, guys. I've been trying to figure out the internet, and for some reason my primary is not working. So I was just troubleshooting for the past 20 minutes trying to figure this thing out. So sorry about that. But as promised, here I am for 7:30-ish or so, live for you guys. I figured I'd go live right now for you guys because I am doing an interview with the Commandant next week. However, it's not really going to give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions that you may have, and that's because the Commandant really just wanted to stay low key. You know, he's got a lot of other stuff going on, so he really just wanted the kind of canned questions. So I asked a lot of my clients to submit questions, and those questions are going to be answered by the Commandant of the Pararescue Indoctrination Schoolhouse. And if you guys don't know what the Commandant is, because it's kind of a weird term, so most schoolhouses have a Commandant, and he's kind of like the course is really like his overall responsibility. Now, when I was the instructor supervisor, I was like, you know, the guy in charge of the lesson plans and that kind of stuff, running all that stuff. But the Commandant is the guy you go see whenever you end up quitting or you end up failing some kind of event. Then you're gonna have to go see the Commandant. And it's kind of intimidating because you have to go in his office and sit in his chair across from his desk, and he asks you questions about, like, all right, so you failed this week and this week and this week. Tell me what happened on these days and tell me why you ended up failing this and this. So you're kind of pleading your case to the Commandant. He's going to decide whether or not you get to stay or go. So anyways, I'm going to have him on, and I'm going to post that on YouTube. So it's going to be canned questions, not a bunch of questions or anything like that. But yeah, I'll put out more and let you guys know whenever I'm going to put that video and post it up on YouTube. So what's up, everybody? If you guys have questions and you have something that you want to ask me, then just go ahead and post it up. I'll get to it. I'm going to talk about some other stuff while you guys are posting up questions. So whatever you got, definitely hit me up here. Try to do these for you guys so that I'm not getting individual questions from all these other guys. You guys can see me just answer it on the spot for all of you guys out there, and you get instant feedback rather than waiting on an email. I really don't even like this. Usually I'm the kind of person that at work I'll go over to the person's desk and talk to them and like, hey, where's this thing? Or like, hey, how can we, whatever, I like doing face-to-face stuff, so that's kind of why I like doing these live things, as close as I can get to actually getting, face-to-face with you guys. So hopefully it's helpful for you guys. And yeah, I'll look through your questions here in a second. But so a couple things that I just want to talk about real quick. Like I said, haven't done a live in a long time. Want to get your questions out there, but if you guys don't get a question answered on here, you guys can still email me. I'm still going through all those questions that I get emails, and I prefer email, but if Instagram, then I can do Instagram too. I'm not completely opposed to it, but it's just easier when I can get to a computer and type up fast. So I get to all your questions. I'm sure I recognize a lot of names on here that I've answered questions from. So you guys have stuff, then that's what I'm here for. I want to make sure you guys have the best info that is possible for you guys. Other stuff, let's see. We got the Indoc Leader event. That's almost exactly a month away. I'm really excited about that. I'm like pretty much every day working and planning and making sure all the parts and pieces are in the right place for the pool and the surprises and stuff that we have for the guys. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. There's going to be 2 other instructors there with me, former Indoc instructors there as well, and I hope that we can teach these guys a lot of stuff and get them all ready to go. And if you're wondering, like, the reason why I have limited slots on that, I don't want to exclude anybody on anything, but I have to have a safety ratio, and I want to make sure that, I can pay attention to all the guys and not just, like, put out mass information and, like, hope you do good with that. All right. That doesn't really help anybody, so that's kind of why I have limited slots. Obviously, I know it's sold out really fast, and I wish that I had, space to put everyone, but, this is I've only been in business for 7 months now, so still working out a lot of things, and I want to make sure that everything's right before I just start doing stuff willy nilly. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, other stuff. Yeah, PA school. So I'm finishing up my. Where am I? Yeah, I'm finishing up my sophomore semester, and I have to go through all the way to senior semester. They're all 4.5 or so months. So I'm finishing that up right now. I'm doing better towards the end of the semester because I think I'm starting to maybe get the hang of it, or I'm starting to be less stressed out about it or something. So I've been getting all like high 90s for some reason. Like, I don't know how that works out, because in the beginning I was like failing a couple tests and I was all stressed out. Now I just relaxed. So kind of how it works sometimes, I guess. Yeah, and then obviously the question that everyone's been asking, let me just address this before it gets asked in the in the rest of the thread. Oh, I guess it's already being asked. Yeah, Indoc is going away. Indoc is going away. I know, you guys are like, what? No way, can't believe it. Indoc is going away. I've been training for Indoc forever. Don't worry. From what I've been told, pretty much all the exercises that you guys have been training for and all the stuff that you guys have been doing, it's going to be transferable into the new course. And especially if you were training for Indoc, you shouldn't have a problem with it. And there is not going to be a November class. So all of you guys that are planning on going there, and you're trying to go into that November team, or you're starting basic like now, then you're not going to be going to the November class. Surprise. So what they're going to do with you probably is keep you in BA prep. You have the opportunity to work out. You have the opportunity to do all of the like exercises. They'll teach you a lot. Think of it as a good thing. Don't think of it as a bad thing. I know it sucks to waste or sit in there and feel like you're in purgatory forever, but just take advantage of the time while you got it. You don't have any responsibilities besides taking care of yourself. I would ask if you could take some classes, whatever. If you're in that position, then just email me or whatever, ask if you can do something. I know a lot of guys at BA Prep, so I'll get more of a detailed plan on like what your future might be, but so you can just expect for there not to be a November class for Indoc. So that means this next class that's about to start, Indoc, is going to be the last Indoc ever. It's kind of sad for me too, but it's all good. We'll flex and mold, make sure you guys have the most up-to-date information, and adapt to whatever's coming up next. Also, another thing that I want to talk about was BA Prep. I actually got down there and looked at some of the facilities that they had down there. I had Sergeant Thomas, one of the guys that I had on here before. He showed me around BA Prep, and it is better than a college campus. You guys, like, I actually think they're over-spoiling you guys a little bit with all the stuff that they're giving you, but they're giving you like a Tempur-Pedic twin mattress. You're still in an open bay Tempur-Pedic mattress though. You have your own wall locker to store all your gear, all your own brand new gear. You get issued foam rollers and lacrosse balls and rollers and stuff like that, and then you get to go into, like, if you're feeling bored for some reason, they have a theater room for you that has recliner chairs that have a button on them, and you just like sit there and relax. I guess some of the students were complaining about the TV not being big enough in their recliner leather seats for some reason. So don't be that guy. You guys are getting like way too much stuff already to be complaining about the screen size of your theater room. So yeah, you guys get a lot of stuff, pool tables and like all these different things. I guess the reason for that, they said, was because you guys are not allowed to go off and do whatever you want on base. But I mean, they're hooking you guys up for sure and trying to take care of you guys. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So let's see, other stuff to think of. Yeah, a lot of people were talking about hats, so I'm looking into like getting some hats. If you guys have any suggestions, like on I love this kind of hat or whatever, then let me know. So I don't wear hats super often. I got like this decent head of hair here, so I want to keep on showing that off while I still got it. It's probably not gonna last forever, so just gonna wear it while I got it. So let me know about that. Let me just start looking at some of your questions here. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, that's another thing. This guy, some people are asking, was I a PJ? If you guys take a second to look at my bio, my website, my YouTube, my anything else, then you'll know that I was a PJ, and you'll know a lot of stuff that like questions you don't need to answer, and that's just really for everyday life, not just when we're talking here or when you're listening to me or when you're contacting anybody. That's going to be expected of you throughout your entire military career. If you have an answer that you can look up, then look up the answer and then get to the person. That way you seem a little bit intelligent and they're willing to give you more time. But if you keep on just firing off questions that are already out there and already answered, then people are less likely to spend time on you. I still try to help you guys out as much as I can, but I'm less inclined if they're asking me questions that I've answered a million times, like what is a STS PJ versus a rescue PJ. I've answered that every single time that I've been on here. So, and it's on my fax and my website, on my YouTube, and a lot of different places. So check out all those sources, or even other people's sources. I don't know, whatever else is out there for other people that they're putting out, then go check that out too. I'm not opposed to people learning information. That's how you form your own opinion. You get different angles of one topic, and then you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, this guy said it this way, this guy said it this way, so it's probably this way. Like, it's going to be different for you anyways. So just look at different stuff and make your own decision based on what you think. All right. So what does BA Prep consist of? So from what I've been told, and I'm listening from Sergeant Thomas, who is the instructor supervisor at BA Prep now. He just said that basically you're going through every day, you're learning how to ruck and do limited water con stuff. I guess that's been the downfall, is you're not doing a lot of water con whenever you're going through BA Prep. So some of the guys that I talked to at Indoc said they're showing up and they're just subpar from where they thought they were going to be. Because the guys at Indoc, they're trained to the standard, and now Dev course is gone. So you have to go straight from BA Prep to Indoc. There's no development course where you get to know the instructors a little bit or anything like that. It's just, boom, BA Prep, everyone's nice to you, you're in a leather recliner, and the next day you're at Indoc and you're sleeping on a hard bed with old dorm rooms and in a super old building. You get all your luxury stripped away from you because it's Indoc time. So it's a lot different. I guess it's kind of a shock whenever guys show up and they're like, wait, where's my theater room? Where's my... Sorry, you don't get that stuff when you're at Indoc. It's Indoc for a reason. I don't know, maybe you'll get it in the new course. Everyone's going to say, yeah, you went through the easy course. It was easy whenever you were doing your selection because you were the new guy. But I pretty much guarantee that it's not going to be like super easy, at least for the first couple classes. I don't know. I'm going to go down there and check it out, obviously, to verify, but I guarantee that they don't want it to be like a wuss course or whatever. Nobody wants it to be a thing that every single person, it's easy for you guys to get through, except for the generals, I guess. That's their prerogative. That's what they want to happen because they don't like attrition, because they've never been through this kind of stuff. Anyways, it's going to be difficult. I know it's going to be difficult still. As difficult as Indoc, I don't know, but either way, there's nothing you can do about it. You're still going to be hopefully exposed to difficult times, and hopefully the point will get across that you need to never quit, and you need to bring the patient home. And then, yeah. So we'll talk more about that Indoc, ANS stuff whenever I get on with the Commandant. He's going to talk all about it, talk all about everything that he's seen while he's been the Commandant for the past couple of years, and the kind of attitude and all that stuff. He's a great guy, and I worked with him over at Nellis when I was out there. He was actually my supervisor for some of the deployments that I went on. So yeah, he's a great guy. Let's see. Let me go through some of your questions here and make sure we get these answered. Yeah, they're piling up now on me. So all right. Let's see. So, chance to see the rescue, we recommend on the pass for success in the pipeline. For the past, I still recommend that you guys get as close to grad standards as you can. For push-ups, if you can't get grad standards, at least get over 60. That's the bottom. That's the thing that guys fail the most is push-ups. So if you're sub 60 for push-ups, I haven't seen a high likelihood of you ending up, successful. So that's just the fact of it. And then pull-ups, obviously, it's a low number, but that's because that's also hard to gain because you're all tore up from swimming and doing all this other crap. So push-ups, pull-ups, make sure you're good to go in those. And then, have a baseline for running and swimming because you're going to be doing a lot of that. So I'm not too worried about that for most people. But, yeah. Marcus MF _ just got to redo PJ UFTX. Is there a time frame when Indoc inspires? So from the guys that we've had that passed Indoc had to come back, they say like a year from when you were eliminated from the program. But it's really up to the Commandant's discretion or the career field manager's discretion. So if they feel like, at this point in time, I think we're trying to, this is our objective, is to make sure that everybody's on the same level, and we want to make sure everyone goes through again or whatever. So it's really up to their discretion. There's not like a hard and fast rule, unfortunately, for that, but if you went through before, I'm sure you can get there again. It's going to suck, but you'll be all right. Antboss _19, how many times per week do you recommend rucking? Personally, I still ruck twice a week. It doesn't mean you have to go on like a 10-mile grueling ruck where you're carrying jerry cans or anything like that. A lot of times I'll just do like a 35, 45 pound. I'm pushing my kids in the stroller and I'm walking my dogs at the same time, and everyone's looking at me crazy. Like I'll have my weight vest on, I'll be rucking, and I'll be pushing these kids and the dogs. And everyone's like, stay away from that guy. But so I'll ruck a couple times a week, and yeah, as long as you keep your body used to it, you're not like letting it fade away, because I don't plan on just sitting on my butt for the rest of my life. So even though school right now has got me just sucking, I'm not able to work out, I'm not able to be as active as I normally am. So I ruck and carry all that weight to mostly just let out frustration. So a lot of people ask this thing about the paramedic school, so I guess I'll just answer it again. This is for ALXT4R. So you're going to paramedic school right now, and you're asking if it's going to help you later on. The only thing that's going to help is, I guess, the time span. But if you're spending time in paramedic school right now, I guarantee that paramedic school is longer than the paramedic school you would have if you were in the pipeline. So don't waste your time. If I am giving you advice, don't waste your time with trying to do your paramedic school right now, because it's not really going to help you in the long run. Like, you're still going to have to do the dirt medicine and all that in PJU, so don't waste your time. The instructors at the paramedic school that you guys go to in Albuquerque, they know what you're doing. You're going through class with your same team that you went through Indoc and everything else with. So if you do your paramedic right now, you end up skipping ahead, because they don't want to just let you sit there while your team's going through and do nothing. So you join the next team, and then you're not with your team anymore. And I mean, it's not terrible because you get to know new people, but it's kind of cool to go through with your entire team, and by the end of the FTX, you guys are like, you've been through everything together. So I'm gonna save this to Instagram to view later. I might put it up on YouTube. This is just kind of like a ad lib type of thing that I was just like, I feel like I didn't get to answer all these guys' questions recently, and we have a lot of new followers. I guess I got up to like 10,000 or something, and really I'm appreciative to you guys that are constantly watching. That's really all that matters. I don't care about the other people or whatever that are out there, or that they like some of the stuff, but the core is you guys that are watching right now, and you're the ones that I want to help to make sure that the information goes out. That's really what it's for. Even if 10 of you guys end up making it through, and I helped you in a small way. So that's all that matters to me. So Joey Eden, USMC to Air Force. PJ, yeah, I've been around a couple guys that were prior Marines. A lot of them were older dudes. I went through the pipeline with one dude. They definitely have a different mentality. Like, you can see who was in the Marines when they show up to the unit. Like, you were in the Marines, weren't you? Like, they have that haircut. They're like super, roger that, Sergeant. And most guys who weren't prior service aren't like that, It's more laid back and relaxed. But, yeah, I've definitely seen it before. Let's see. Okay, so I'm catching up on some of these older ones that I already answered the questions to. Oh yeah, and also the other thing about this new course is that the first course of next year in January is going to be all PJs, or PJ candidates. And then the next course following that, they're going to start mixing in the CCT and PJs together. So if you're slotted in that time frame, what is it, like 9 months from now or something like that, or if you're leaving for basic in December, then you're probably going to be hitting up that first class that's CCT and PJ. I think that's kind of cool, though. I think it's not a bad thing to mix the people back in together. There were a lot of friends that I had CCTs as I was going through the pipeline. They ended up going to the same schools as me, so a lot of them are good guys. Oh yeah, and speaking of that, I've been talking to one of my CCT buddies, and he's willing to. He said he's willing to come on here since we're merging courses anyways. I'll talk to him about like what CCT's like. He has a couple of deployments under his belt, done some cool stuff, so I want to get him on here, just ask him more about that stuff. And he's currently like somewhere in Texas right now, and he shows people how to be JTAX basically. So, yeah, I'm gonna have him on just for you guys that are CCTs. There's a couple that are doing my programming now, so I'm trying to help them out as much as possible too. Yeah, I know. I was just reading through all the comments about Indoc going away. It's sad for everybody. Let's see, Jake and Lena. What is the pipeline for prior service? For prior service, it's just the same as like after you're done with phase 2. That's the only thing that's different, is that you're going to go to phase 2. They're trying to get you guys into BA prep, but you go to phase 2, and then once you get accepted into phase 2, then the rest of the pipeline is the exact same as anybody else. Hold on, let's see some of these real quick. Future PJ candidates get less training time? Nah, I wouldn't say you get really a lot less training time. You're still going to get, they're taking away dev, so that's definitely 2 weeks that are out the window. But besides that 2 weeks of dev course, you're still getting, the basic training, 8 weeks of BA prep, 8 weeks of BA prep, and then into Indoc. So kind of a little bit, but they added on the 8 weeks, so it evens out. Caesar 98, yeah, you'll still be able to be PJs without Indoc. I mean, they're doing a lot of changes, and I know you guys probably know General Goldfein. He's the Chief of Staff of the Air Force right now. He was rescued by a PJ, so he's willing to pour in the money, but I think the vision of one of the other commanders at the lower Air Force levels, they want to make it something else that shows less attrition, because people don't like attrition, and especially in the Air Force, they don't understand it. They don't understand why we have a course that so many people fail, because they want everyone to succeed. Like, why is there a course that people keep on failing? Why can't we just get them to pass a course? So they don't understand that failure is part of the process. Like, it's just part of how we mold special operators for the future. Those guys that have been through and failed multiple teams, even if they go back for a couple years and come back, they're even hungrier and they want it more. They know that feeling of, crap, my life, like, that is a lot of time in my life that I just shit down the drain, and I'm not going to be able to get that back. So next time I go, I'm going to be prepared, and I'm going to help all the rest of the guys, because I know what it's like. Oh yeah, and today I'm drinking some wine, so. Because it's Friday, and I got a 98 on my EKG test, so. Let's see. They are. Oh, let me just read some of these. So you guys keep on asking a lot of the same questions. Indoc is going to be replaced by assignment and selection, and that is going to be a 4-week course. 4 weeks. I know. I don't know exactly what is going to go into that. I'm sure that all the types of exercises that you do at Indoc are still going to be held the same, because no one has time to rewrite like brand new exercises. And I don't know what WaterCon is going to be like, because if we have just CCT and PJs, then they should both be able to do the same thing, and then they can both go down the pipeline together, like straight from A&S to, I don't know if they're going to do pre-scuba after that and then go to whatever, but eventually TAC P's are going to be in there too. So that at that point, like, they're not going to do a lot of diving type of stuff, because TAC P, that's not their main job. So I don't know right now. As the months go on, I want to keep in contact with all those guys down there, and I'll put out as much information as I possibly can. And I'll do my best to make sure that you guys know and stay up to date, so that you guys, especially the first guys, I know you guys are like, crap, how do I train right now? But if you guys are doing my programs, you're good to go still. And if you're not, just keep on doing grad standards for now. They can't like flip-flop it on you and then not give you a chance to like adjust. They're not going to just be like, well, how come you didn't know that you're supposed to be ready for a 35-mile ruck or whatever? Like, it's not going to be like that. So I'll put out information as I get it. Just stay tuned and watch out for the stories. I guess you guys can like subscribe or something like that in one of the Instagram things. You click on the 3 dots and click on subscribe, so that you get notifications whenever I put stuff out or whatever. So if you guys want to do that, but I'm going to keep on doing stories and making sure you guys are up to date. So you'll be good to go. Let's see. Yeah, and so this guy, McAaron, yeah, the Claymation show, the PJs. So that's another thing that I'm trying to do right now, is because everyone's like, what is a PJ? Oh, PJ masks. I love PJ masks. So just keep on hearing that stuff. So if you guys spread the word of what a PJ is, because now that I'm out of the career field, I was silent about it. I was like, whatever, I don't care if anybody knows what a PJ is anymore. Now that I'm not a PJ, I want everybody to know what a PJ is, so that all the rest of the guys that are still out there, get credit. And I can talk about it now because I'm not a PJ anymore. So I just want everyone to start knowing, raise awareness on PJs. And I guess there's a movie coming out that has Pitts and Barger in it sometime within the next year that I've heard about. And they might be making one about August O'Neill. I don't know if you guys knew him. I had him on here a couple videos ago also. But anyways, they're making movies about some of the PJs, so hopefully that should raise awareness too. But, spread the word and explain to people what you're doing and what the reason behind a PJ is, so that we don't get comments like Mick Aaron there. Let's see. Will there be PT cards during Indoc? I don't know. I heard that at BA prep, whenever you start to get stressed, they have monitors on you that measure your stress, and you have Fitbits on you, and if it's reading that you're stressed out for 2 days in a row, then they're going to give you a break and they're going to make sure that you're not stressed. I don't know where that's coming from or why that is, but honestly, I don't agree with that. So there's nothing I can do. I'm not in charge of any of that. All I can do is adjust and put out the information for you guys, so you're ready to wear your Fitbit. So Aiden762, that's a decent question. Advice for finning progression. So a lot of guys end up buying those rocket fins immediately, which that is kind of like a shock to your foot if you're going from swimming freestyle without any fins on to wearing those rocket or jet fins. It's pretty rough, and you guys that have done it, I'm sure you got some blisters. Your ankles and shins start to hurt because those things are like driving semi-trucks. You go from driving a motorcycle to driving semi-truck. It's a big difference. So I would recommend buying just trainer fins at least for intermediate, and then 1 or 2 times a week use your rocket or jet fins if you have those until you start transitioning over, and then overlap it. And then once you get used to those fins, then start using the rocket or jet fins more often. If you start getting injured or hurt, then stop using those and just use no fins for a little bit while you can rest up. But you're going to be using those type of fins the entire time that you're at Indoc or the assignment and selection or whatever course. So it's not a bad idea to get used to them, but break yourself into it just like anything else. Don't go balls to the wall and end up hurting yourself. So Luke Ross 31, trying to volunteer to PJ Squadron to better your why. The best way to find these opportunities. So I always tell guys, if you're trying to hook up with a PJ Squadron in your local area, then go to the air shows, because there's always PJs that are going to the air shows. If you have them in your area, then go check it out. A lot of times, we don't really want anybody hanging around our squadron, because they're just people that we have to watch because there are sensitive areas, and the gun safe, the place where we keep all of our other stuff in our cages, and we don't really trust a lot of people around our stuff because stuff ends up getting stolen. We have a lot of expensive stuff, so we don't really like just random people coming around. So once in a while we'll ask for patience to get moulaged up and just go out to the DZ so we can jump in and practice doing IVs and doing all that stuff. But for the most part, we don't let people just hang around the squadron like that. So yeah, go to air shows, ask questions to those dudes, and get what you can. Oh yeah. Hey Noah '09. Every prior class claims their class was the toughest. Definitely, and even though people are going to talk crap or whatever, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're still going to be a PJ. You're still going to go out and do the same type of mission. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever the future holds for pararescuemen with the Space Force and everything else coming up. I heard talk about some of that stuff that they have planned for PJs, and it's crazy. All the stuff that you guys are going to be able to do whenever you're PJs in like 10 years. Probably going to be up there somewhere in space. Like, not even a joke. But we'll see how that goes and where it takes you. I'm excited to see, and hopefully you guys can tell me about it and start doing some of these videos. I'll be a little older by that point. So McAaron, workout supplements. You're allowed to take whey protein, but you're not allowed to take like pre-workout or creatine or any of that other stuff. Just straight up whey protein, whatever, fish oil supplements or multivitamin, fine. But really just don't want anything that is going to cause a potential for someone to have a cardiac or any other type of event. Like, I don't know if you guys probably saw the video that I did on YouTube about Major Adrian. I don't know exactly what happened, but neither do they. So they want to eliminate all the potential factors that might cause something like that to happen again. You guys don't need it anyways. You'll be all right. You're not going to have that stuff whenever you're actually on missions. Actually, we used to have those Go pills, but they did away with those. So you're not going to have that stuff when you're on a mission. Yeah, Sean Jr. 808, advice to tell family and wife that you want or will be going into the military / Indoc. So it's a hard thing to sell. You have to tell them that you're going to be gone, especially for the first couple weeks. But realistically, if they know that this is going to bug you for the rest of your life, and that's going to be something you're going to be disappointed that you're not able to do anymore, or you weren't able to do like when you're older and you're like, yeah, I really wanted to do it, but my wife held me back. I'm sure that she would feel guilty for not letting you do what you want to do. I mean, I'm sure you would support her in whatever she wanted to do that was, helpful to people. It's not like it's a bad thing. You're not hurting anybody. You're going out there to fulfill your urge to go out there and help people and do what you want to do. So, I mean, you got to just explain it that way, like deep down, this is what I want to do. And I know it's going to be hard for a while. I'll be gone and we'll make things work. It's not going to be forever. I just want to get the experience and I want to be able to say that I did something to help other people. So, I don't know if the Crow standards are going to individually change. I think they're going to stay the same as what the other PJs and I guess CCT in the future are going to have as well. So I don't really see the Crows changing besides, they're going to still have their phase 2. So you can expect that. So Crow PJ relationship like. This is Trey Little Lee. So for the most part, if you guys, it's kind of a weird evolution the way that it usually works with the Crows and PJs. So whenever you're going through the pipeline, you're kind of like bros. Like, even though he's a lieutenant or whatever, it's not a big deal. I was a senior airman. I was hanging out with the lieutenants and the captains. I know, it's crazy. It's not the regular military, though, because you're, like, in close quarters. You're literally nut to butt with the freaking guy in front of you. So you get pretty close with everybody. And if you guys don't know what that is, that's like when you're standing in line in the pool. You're, like, close together. That's what you just call it, all right? So you guys are, like, hanging out, and then all of a sudden you get to a unit, and then the senior PJ is like treating the crow like he's a new guy because he's a new guy. So the senior PJ's got to teach him how to do stuff, as well as the senior crow. And then the younger PJs, like, they start distancing each other, and the other crows are like, no, I can't really hang out with you anymore because I'm supposed to be a crow now. So they end up, like, not being as easy to talk to after a while. So anyways, it's kind of a weird dynamic in the relationship, but that's pretty much how I see it all the time. FL_Dylan, how'd you get the balls to commit to pararescue? Did you ever think about all the things that could happen to you? Honestly, I didn't know any of the stuff that could happen. So it's not that I was like, I saw every single thing that could possibly happen in front of me and my life mapped out for me. All I knew was, and sometimes limited information is better for you in order to commit to whatever you got to do. So I saw that in front of me, like, all right, either I continue being a shithead in college or I join the military and go save lives. So I was like, I'll just go save lives. I didn't know really how hard it was going to be because I didn't have any resources out there. So I just kind of like, all right, I'm just going to do whatever they tell me to do. So obviously I trained and, ran and swam as much as I could, but I didn't know any specifics about what was going to happen. So I just said, screw it, I'm just going to go for it, and hopefully it turns out for the best. I mean, this is the only thing I'm going to go do, so I'm just going to do that. This question I get kind of a lot too, J_KB, is dive school and everything after that as rigorous as Indoc? So obviously Indoc is rigorous. Dive school, less rigorous now because there was a while there where there was a lot of attrition at dive school. And a lot of guys were getting out of the pipeline because of that. So they stopped that. Dive school is more chill, and pretty much the rest of the pipeline, they try to treat you as much like adults as you can, but you're still in student status. So they're going to expect you to still mop up stuff and take out the trash and do stuff like that. And even when you get to the unit, you should still be doing that. Like, it's not because people don't respect you; it's because you respect the people that are above you and that have done the mission a lot and have done everything. That's the thing that I didn't see a lot of when I was going to like some of the other units. Some of the younger guys weren't taking out the trash and weren't doing the things that you expect like not an intern, but like a younger guy who respects his peers and doesn't think that the guy who has 100 freaking missions and 8, 10, whatever deployments, like, he shouldn't be taking out the trash. I should be taking out the trash because I'm a young guy and I just got here. So it's kind of what we expect to see. Pass test is still going to be in effect as far as I know. I'm sure they're going to change that as well in the future. But like I said, I'm going to keep you guys updated. You guys will have time to flex and figure it out. I guess that's another question that people are asking about Eric Buford 15. Do you plan on altering your plans to prepare for the new course? Yeah, of course. I'm definitely going to make sure that you guys have the best training material available. I'm going to look at the new lesson plans, and I'm going to make sure that, everything that you need to know and things that you need to train for are going to be in my workouts just like they are now. So I want to make sure that you guys are ready to go. I'm not going to sell you guys anything that is a piece of crap or that I wouldn't want before I went in there. I want to make sure that every single thing that I put out is the best that I could possibly make it before I put it out there. So, I'm going to definitely change around stuff if I need to. But for right now, I don't see anything. I haven't heard anything that means that I need to change anything right now. So once I do, I'll let you guys know, and I probably rename the whole thing into a different program. We'll cross that bridge whenever we get there. Right now, there's not a bridge to cross, so we'll figure it out. How to be a CCT stow. I don't know, possibly. I mean, I gotta figure that out. Because if we're doing the same course, then I guess it's the same course, so I can do that as well. And I'll have inputs from all those instructors too, and what they think. And I'll continue having, like I said, I was going to have a CCT guy on, so I'll make sure that you guys get as much of a full picture as you possibly can, so that you guys are ready to go. Yeah, it's all Battlefield Airman jobs. And they're actually going to change Battlefield Airman also, the term Battlefield Airman, because someone didn't like that term also. I don't know. They're changing a lot of stuff. So, I'll still keep you guys updated. Drown proof. If you go with grad standard stats, then your chances of passing are really high, because I mean you're still going to get a little bit of time in BMT, then you're going to get time in BA prep. They're going to show you, refine your skills. But if you've already passed that stuff, the only thing that you have to worry about is the water con. Obviously that's going to suck, but you got everything else in the bag. You just freaking start working on your water con, making sure that you got that down every single night. You're practicing however you want to practice, and I'll give you guys tips on that later. Oh yeah, my YouTube channel. I started doing that because I think the videos are the most bang for your buck kind of stuff. Like I answer as many questions as I possibly can in this small time period. So I wanted to do the videos on some of the things that I think help guys get through Indoc and really just through tough times, or have helped me get through tough times, share some of my tough times, just some stuff that I think might help you guys, and hopefully it does. I don't know. It's just my personal experiences, so I figure if it helps one or two people, then that's all that really matters to me. Nick Kodu, there's a lot of changes. You don't need to enlist any sooner. I mean, it's going to be what it is. Just flex with it and keep on rolling. That's all you can do. Just adjust to the change. David Woods 95. Quick question. Yeah, about jogging with a weight vest. I jog with a weight vest all the time. I don't have any back injuries or anything like that. So it really is just working your way up. Don't immediately throw on a freaking 20-pound weight vest and expect that you're not going to get some kind of injury. Like you have to work yourself up. Make sure you have a strong core, strong shoulders, so that you're not compressing all this stuff right here. I'm 32 years old, about to be 33 years old, so I have a little bit of time under my belt carrying some weight, so I can do that. But I don't think it's bad to run with the weight vest and play with it a little bit. Just go with the lower weight and then work your way up over the years. Okay, let's see. Yes, you get to choose whether or not you're a CCT or PJ, as far as I know. There was some talk about, like, if you score higher in some test that they have, then they want to immediately push you over into PJ versus CCT. But there's no official standard yet. It has to be some kind of AFI or something that distinguishes this. So I'm sure they're writing it up right now. And I know the guy that is doing all that stuff. So as soon as they are like, yes, this is what it's going to do, this is what every single person is going to do, and this is how every single person's fate is going to be determined, then I'm going to be putting that stuff out. So don't even know how far does this go. A guy who's in SEAL prep, does it prepare you for PJ Indoc? I don't really know exactly what's in your SEAL prep, but I'd say go with a Indoc specific type of thing. That's the best way to go, rather than a SEAL prep type of thing. Also, Rucking is not currently part of the grad standards. I think it's going to be part of the new A&S course, so that's another thing that you guys might want to start doing a little bit more of, even though I'm sure you've been doing some Rucking, but that Rucking is going to be part of it, since TACPs are going to be part of it, and that's like their main thing. They have to do our water con, so they're like, okay, you guys have to do our Rucking. Like, okay, but we already ruck faster than you anyways, so it's not a big deal. Let's see. How did you train for buddy breathing before Indoc? I didn't train for buddy breathing because I didn't know what buddy breathing was. So I didn't even own a snorkel, and I didn't know what mask and snorkel was. I didn't know what any of that stuff was, so I didn't train for that. So if you're Spec Ops recruit, I get this question probably too frequently now too. Dare 11. What is the best option if my Spec Ops recruiter isn't answering his phone and doesn't even seem to want to work with me even when I ask him or where I'm at on the past test? So I'm not sure how you got in contact with this Spec Ops recruiter, but I would go to his boss, because his job is to make sure that he gets as many candidates as possible. And if there's no reason why he should be, he shouldn't be ignoring you either way. That's unprofessional. Like, you should be able to talk to somebody. If you can't, then talk to on Instagram. There are a million US or Spec Ops recruiters on here. They have their own squadron, and that is their specific job. If you reach out to them, their entire job is to talk to you. So if they're not doing that, then talk to their supervisor, talk to whoever you can, because they're not doing their job. So, and don't let them push you around. They're obviously be respectful to every single person, especially in the military. Like, I don't know what they've done or where they've been, but make sure you're respectful at all times. But don't let people push you around. Like, if your ship day, they're trying to make you do something, then you didn't sign a contract that says you have to, then don't go. Or don't, if you're not ready, then don't go. Or if you are ready, you want to go sooner, then say, I want to go sooner. Look, I passed the pass test and I did it with flying colors. Send me as soon as possible. Whatever. You're not in the military yet, you're a civilian. Alright. A lot of us talk about SEALs versus PJs. I don't know why people get so sensitive about it. Like, if you mention, hey guys, like, to a SEAL, Indoc is harder. And people that aren't SEALs are like, no way, bro, no way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, yeah. Okay, we have a higher attrition than SEALs do, so it's harder. Like, there's nothing else. Have you been through mine? No? So all we can go off is stats, and that's the way it is. So, and I've also talked to people who've been to both, and they said that Indoc is harder. So, no reason why people really need to get upset about it. If SEAL training was harder, I'd be like, all right, good. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, there are awesome SEALs, there are awesome PJs, and it's just a different mission set. Don't go to one thing or the other because you think one is harder. They're both difficult. You need to focus on exactly what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, and not just on one little period of your life when you're going through selection or whatever. Who cares about the title or the whatever? At the end of the day, you need to do what you want to do, and if it's saving lives, then go be a PJ. If you want to go out and kill people or whatever, then go be a SEAL. Actually, you should probably just go be... Never mind. I won't go there. Oh, Salvatore. Yeah. Let's see. Alright. Finally, I'm down to the bottom now. Whew. Alright, so yeah, that's the big thing right now is everything's changing, everything's in flux. Obviously, that's a theme that you can see from this entire video is that things are changing right now. So what are you going to take away from this? What's the point is keep on training for grad standards, because you're not going to be training for something that's completely like far left field. They're going to keep a lot of the same stuff because they know that you're training for that exact grad standard, and they're not going to just be like, nope, just kidding, you have to do 100 handstand push-ups in order to pass Indoc now rather than regular push-ups, or they're not going to do something stupid like that, because that would defeat the entire point of what they were trying to do, which was decrease the attrition of the selection course. But also another thing that you guys can look forward to, I mean, I'm not saying that it's like too much, like super easy. People are going to talk crap all the time, but just expect that you guys are going to get like top level trainers and performers and people from all over the world that are coming and train you guys, because we have lots of money to pour into this program to try and get you guys in the best shape as possible. But the bottom line is we don't have unlimited time. Money is not the problem. Time is the problem. So you guys need to really like invest in your time right now, and not saying like obviously you want to be as prepared as possible before you show up for Indoc and before you show up for any, like if you're doing a job interview, you want to show up as prepared as possible, right? I mean, that's like rule number one. If you're going for a job, be prepared for the job. So spend your time now and make sure that you're ready to go as much as you possibly can do. But don't expect that within those 8 weeks, like your entire life is going to turn around when you're at BA prep, because it's just not going to happen. They don't have a miracle machine in there. They do have sensory deprivation tanks, so I don't know, maybe you might have some kind of experience and you're like, holy crap, I see the future and I know what I'm going to do. But that's not likely. So keep on training the way you guys are training. Train hard and make sure that you guys are as ready as possible. So let me see a couple of these people posted as I was talking there. I'm going to put this video on here, save it for the next 24 hours. I haven't decided if I was going to save it on YouTube yet, because we'll see. But a lot of stuff I have covered, but I'll look into it. Lexi Cha, why would they decrease the attrition rate? I want to decrease the attrition rate if the goal is for only the best of the best to become PJs. Because guys who have never been through the training are controlling our generals and in charge of what happens in the Air Force, and their previous fighter pilots or whatever other kind of pilot, which they're trying to change also, but guys that have never been through a selection course are running the Air Force right now. And those guys don't understand why, like I said, people are being sent to a course that most of them are failing at, because that's not a good statistics for anybody to look at, so it's not good. So they want to change that. That's the bottom line, is they think that they're wasting money, so they want to pour more money into it to try and fix that. So it looks like I'm about to run out of time, so I'm going to end this video and then start again real quick, just to do some closing comments. Alright, So back, I just want to close out a little bit. A couple things that I want to say before I left. So I saw somebody say, "Are you ever coming to Orlando?" Or am I ever coming like wherever? To a couple other different places. And the answer is, I'm not gonna ever go to any of these different places. I'm not gonna go to like some location where I deliver subpar stuff because I have different facilities, different. I can't carry my own. All my gear that I have over here to set up training, it's not really effective to just go and do like a pool clinic or whatever. I want to do, whenever I do my events, I do my events to the maximum, and every single moment is going to be planned out, and every single thing that we do throughout the entire day is going to be planned out. First day, you can expect that it's going to be me teaching you how to do stuff. And second day, you can expect that it's going to be me holding you accountable for stuff, and me, getting in your face a lot more and putting on the stress and making you feel like you're in Indoc and making you do all the stuff that I used to make all the students do when you're going through Indoc. So I'm not going to be coming to anybody's cities. I have a lot of people that are flying in from all over the country. I have people in deployed settings, in any overseas base, doing my workouts, and they have to make do with what they got. But bottom line is, I'm going to run my courses out of San Antonio. I'm hoping that I get stationed over in Vegas after I'm done here, because I love being in Vegas and I love the training opportunity that's out there. So that would also be cheap flights for you guys if you're going to come out to some of the events. So bottom line is, I'm not going to be going out to anybody else's area. The only events that I'm going to do is going to be in my local area, and I'm going to fly out my instructors to come to that area so that we can be ready to go and we can freaking knock it out of the park to give you the best experience possible, and not some half-assed just pool clinic or whatever other people do. So I want to make sure that is clear. So don't wait for anything like that to happen, because it's not going to happen. Dang, it's good to see a lot of these people on here that I've answered your questions. So, and I've talked to you a little bit. It's kind of weird, like, I guess the only people that I've met here in person are some people that have been to my event or some of the prior students. That's the other thing. If you guys are prior students or whatever, you have tips to share and you want to put them out there, then especially if you're clients, you guys know you can go on the VIP group and share all those tips and stuff with everybody out there, and everyone could benefit. That's the whole reason why I started that. But in an open forum, if you see one of my posts on here, then you can go ahead and comment, share some of the things that are helping you train and helping you get better and crush whatever goals you have, your shortfalls that you have. Just share the information. Even if you feel like it's a stupid little thing, it might be something that helps other people. So might as well just share it. It's not like anyone's going to make fun of you for trying to help people. I mean, if you're just doing that, then like that's going to help. So I guess there's a question here. Jedi Master Jesse, how often are you planning on having the Indoc Leader course? So right now, I can only do it during my semester breaks in between PA school. So for right now, it's August, obviously. That's my next one, but it's completely sold out. There were a couple guys that ended up getting injured, or a guy that was in the Air Force, he ended up getting deployed. So a couple slots opened up, and I pretty much went down the list of people who opted in for the Indoc Leader program, and you guys can do that in my link tree on here. So if you guys opt in there, then I'm going to go down the list. If more people, end up getting hurt or something happens, then I'll go down that list and try and get those people that opted in first, rather than just put it out to the general public on Instagram where there's no line. I want to make sure that people that spend the time and invest in me, I invest in them. So. And the next one's going to be in December. That's my next break in between my junior and senior semester. So after that, I'm going to be moving. So in April-ish, I'll probably be in Vegas. Maybe I'll do one over there in Vegas. I don't know. But I'll definitely have more time. So I'm going to try and do them a little bit more frequently than I am right now. Just depending on how everything goes up there, I'll just plan ahead. That's how it goes. For right now, just look to December. That's the next one, and if you want to get in on it, then make sure that you are watching the stories and stuff, especially around that time frame, because actually, I'm probably going to try and sell those, slots or whatever, a couple months out. So make sure you subscribe and get notifications, because the last one, the slots were sold out in three hours, so it's a lot faster than anybody I think thought it was gonna sell out. But yeah, so just pay attention to that. But I'm excited about this. I'm ready to do some body breathing and rucking and get outside again. Let's see. How often do PJs play a combat role? Most of the deployments that we go on are combat-oriented deployments. So we'll be flying, like my last deployment was in Erbil, Iraq. It was 20 miles away from Mosul, where the ISIS stronghold was. Obviously, ISIS, you don't even hear about them anymore. But at that point, in 2015, they were a big deal. But they've been crushed now. So anyways, we're over there flying around in that area, flying around and, picking up people or whatever. So we always play combat roles. Let's see. So Jake and Lena is a 6 mile run for grad. A solo run or indoc instructor-led run also, is it on open track or road? So 6 mile run is part of the grad standards, and you're going to be running that on track. It's not going to be an instructor-led run. The 10 mile run when you graduate is going to be an instructor-led run. Hardest part about indoc, I think the hardest part for me was just waking up in the morning at 3:30 or whatever time I woke up. Because once I started the day, I was like, all right, I'm already rolling in the day. I have my uniform and all my ruck and everything's ready to go. Nothing like that. I'm just going to go through the day and see how it goes, even if I have to take it like one event to the next event. And some of them I don't even remember because I think my brain just shut off because I was ready to, because I have all the pain and all the yelling and everything going on. I was just like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to do this push-up, this one push-up that I'm going to do right now. And then I'm going to rest. And then I'm going to do a push-up. Like, you just go from one thing to the other. And that's just the way it is. Try not to think about, crap, what if they make us do underwaters? Crap, what if they make us do this? Like, you're just going to stress yourself out, and you're going to end up making yourself more anxious and worried than you really need to be. So I'll answer these ones real quickly and then I gotta go. Age cutoff is 39. Interval distance running or distance running better for preparing. I do a combination of both and vary up all that stuff, definitely. And good body fat percentage. Honestly, I don't even focus on body fat percentage or about weight or any of that stuff. If you're slow and you're heavy, then lose some weight. There's not like a perfect range for every single person. You don't need to be in a science, because then you're going to start like, oh crap, I'm one body fat percentage ahead of where I should be, then I might not fail, and you're going to make yourself fail. Just be healthy. If you're fat, then realize you're fat and lose some of that weight. Let's see. All right. So hopefully I answered most of your guys' questions. If I didn't answer your questions, you can always, like I said, email me is my preferred method. So email me and let me know. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that. Spread the word on, just pararescue in general. Tell people what you're doing. Share your workout. Do a workout with people. Don't just do it alone. If you have the ability, find somebody who's training for the same thing, or even if they're training for CCT or whatever. It's always good to have that accountability of somebody that's going to the gym with you. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys. I'm going to continue doing the YouTube stuff. Watch out for the interview with the Commandant. I'm probably going to put that out on either Monday or Tuesday at some point, but I'll let you guys know on the story here whenever I do put it out. And like I said, there's a lot of changes going on, but I'll keep you guys as up to date as possible. Just, keep on asking the questions. I'll keep on answering them as much as I can. And hopefully we can figure this thing out together. You guys end up being PJs, and then, eventually I'll see you guys down the line, because I'm still going to be in the Air Force. I'm still going to be working around the community. So hopefully I'll see you guys. Oh yeah, and that's another thing too that I forgot to mention is for anybody that's doing my programs right now, if you're doing the Indoc grad, then as soon as you go through Indoc, I'm going to be there, especially if you graduate within the next year. And I'm going to have a special gift. I'm making up an awesome piece of art for you guys that graduate and have done the program. So let me know if you guys are going to Indoc, and I'll get with you and make sure we work out a date. But because I know you guys are going to graduate. So thanks for watching, especially those people that have been here the entire time. Hopefully I helped and added value to this time, because I know your time is precious. Thank you guys for everything that you guys are doing right now, and for your sacrifice as you're going through this entire process. I know sometimes it can be a pain in the butt, but at the end of the day, it's all going to be worth it when you guys are sitting there staring at your patient and watching them go and hug their family members, because you put in all this work. They were able to come home. So thanks again for watching, and I'll make sure and keep you guys up to date. All right, take care.